This episode of Boss Rush After Dark is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to learn how to support our family of podcasts, head over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia or search for us on the Patreon app on your smart device. Thanks for helping us build something better.
Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to, wow, I'm about to say Crossroads. Oh, that's fun.
I felt that.
Welcome back to the Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the Boss Rush Network. It's your boy, LeRon Dawkins, thinking it's a Tuesday night, and we're recording Crossroads, so sorry about that. But of course, I'm back in the house with my wonderful co-host, the always pleasant to see you, Stephanie Klimov. Hey.
Aw, hello and good evening.
Hey, loving the Instagram stuff too, by the way. I'm just gonna say it, like athleticism. Like, yes, I love it.
Thank you.
Yes, I love
Thanks. I did my best.
it. Yeah. Speaking of people with exceptional athleticism, Corey Derrick, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, except I haven't been athletic in about, 12 years. So,
Never too late.
Yeah, never too late. Never too late.
I'm working on it, though. Working on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You bending and stretching?
No. I'm just eating better.
That's a start.
Hey, that is a start. And we have a fourth chair with us tonight, and I think it's a permanent fourth chair as far as After Dark is concerned now. You've seen him on the show before, but I think this is the first time that he and I both have been on After Dark in these latest incarnations. So please welcome our honorary fourth chair, Mr. Pat Klein. What's up, dude?
Hello. My name is Pat Klein, and I miss carbs.
Are you doing some type of diet?
You know what? I was trying to eat a little more healthier, and so I got these prepared meals called Factor, and
Factor is good.
they're decent, but I miss carbs. Like, seriously, those things have nothing carb related in it.
Oh.
Hey, that's how you trim it down, though.
It's true. It's very true.
Speaking of carbs, before we started recording the show, I should have went and got me some more water and raided the M&M's jar.
Listen,
You should have.
Yeah.
you got to be careful
Yeah.
with how much you trim down on those carbs, because I went on the Atkins diet once because my parents were fanatics about it, like really fanatics. And that's the only diet that I've ever been on where it transformed me into the most evilest, darkest, angriest, bitchiest version of myself ever. Like a very low level of carbs, like an abnormally low level of carbs, will change you.
You're supposed to. Okay. So here's the trick, and this is from somebody who I basically fired my personal trainer, not because he was doing a bad job, it was because I needed to save money. But one of the things I learned from this, as you cut carbs, you increase your protein intake. That is how you offset that, and it sounds wild because you're thinking in your head, oh, that just means I'm just eating more shit to offset the shit that I'm not eating. But no, like protein is basically the superfood. Fuck your kales and fuck all this other stuff. Protein is the superfood because it's actually going to give you your fuel, but it's also going to help your muscles to get to the point where they're always satiated, to where you don't have to worry about stuffing every else thing in your mouth. And I say this as a person who you guys see me on these. I'm actually surprised I have not had any junk this recording in the previous recording of the Boss Rush podcast, because you guys know me. There's always a bag of chips somewhere. There's always some candy somewhere. There's something. I finished this soda from dinner, and I'm kind of wow, how come I don't want another one right now and stuff like that. That's also because I went and saw the doctor yesterday, and I had some pretty good. I had some pretty good results, even though my arm was fucking killing me because I got jabbed yesterday with the third round of the hepatitis vaccine, because apparently I did not. I was enlisted in the United States military and did not have like a single hepatitis shot my entire time, and I'm 20 years out of the military at this point now. So there's that. So yeah, I woke up this morning to a very angry arm.
Yeah, I remember that one being a particular thick serum and hurting, especially even just getting the injection.
Well, you know, it's funny because because like it's a series of 3 shots, right?
Mhm.
You get your first one, and then a month later you come back for your second one, and then 4 months later you come back for the final one. So this is the final one that I got. The first shot was not bad at all. The second shot actually hurt like a bitch, like during the actual shot. You know,
Mhm.
I was sore. I was sore for a few days after that, but you know, it wasn't anything intolerable. The third shot was yesterday, and the shot itself wasn't bad. You know, I kudos to my nurse. You know, she must have found the sweet spot, because like I felt the prick, but I did not feel the needle. You know, this morning though, after sleeping on it, whew, my body hated me. I was like, man, if I could just rip my arm off and just like throw it in the trash, I would have done it.
Wow.
You're doing the massage, right? Like you're massaging like the
Uh,
soreness.
kind of, sort of. Okay, Pat. Here's the thing to learn about me. Like even though like I get up here and I tell Corey and Stephanie all the time to stretch, I don't take my own advice. You know, I don't run like I'm supposed to. Like I hate running, first of all. So you know, like the idea of me even going out for a 3-mile walk is like a feat. You know, for stuff like that. Like since I stopped using my personal trainer and stuff like that, I'm just gonna say I took a 40-day sabbatical, because it took me over a month to like start getting up and doing it on my own.
Mhm.
Yeah, stuff like that. So like I have all this ton of advice that I don't take myself, and I'm actually surprised because I step on the scale at least every other day, and I'm actually surprised that my weight has not ballooned. As a matter of fact, my weight has been pretty consistent. So I guess like I've got the nutrition habits correct. I just don't have the activity correct and stuff like that. So yeah. So there's that. But no, like massaging the arm. Ooh, I should not have touched that right now. Ooh, ooh.
That's why you
That
can
that did not.
massage it. Massage it now. Rub it.
I'm gonna have to
Rub
go.
it in.
I'm gonna have to go get an ice pack after we're done recording. Ooh, that did not feel good.
Think of that arm as a kid, and you just gotta rub and squeeze and just
Oh man.
No, okay,
There we
Uh,
go.
just
Mark.
yeah. But honestly, like the whole thing, like when you start cutting carbs, you increase your protein, even if that means. Okay, so because I can't quantify it, you basically for however many pounds you weigh, that's how many grams of protein you should be taking in a day. So like most people, because they're eating carbs, they're not eating enough protein already and stuff like that. So the moment you cut your carbs out, increase your protein intake by at least 1/3 of what you would have would you already be doing and stuff like that. And you probably won't be such an evil person, you know. Like I can't say that you still won't be like, like I'm gonna rip your fucking head off if you look at me the wrong way, that type of way. But I can say like protein definitely keeps you satiated, and just like good clean fruit, like apples, oranges, stuff like that. Like bananas are actually not your best friend. They're
They're
not.
not.
They're not. Bananas are not your best friend. Mangoes are fantastic though. Like especially if you get like the good yellow mangoes, like like they're sweet, so they're crushing your sugar need right there. But it's more on the healthy side. But don't overeat, damn. Don't have like 3 mangoes in one sitting. That doesn't. That's that's taking you the opposite direction. Just put it that way, because you're gonna spike your insulin at that point, and you don't want to spike your insulin. I could be a fucking personal trainer. As a matter of fact, I go out and I buy clothes, and people ask me all the time when I'm in the checkout line, "Hey, do you work in a gym?" And I'm like, "No, I don't, but thank you."
That's a compliment, dude.
It is a compliment. It is a compliment. It's like, man, like I don't know, like fuck, like I guess when I look at the mirror sometimes, I'd hire me to be a personal trainer, but I would get fired in like 2 months. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because I would love the barf orders of people like do more. But there's a funny story about being a personal trainer as well, right? Because you know how like 9 times out of 10, like you get with a workout coach. I'm not gonna say a personal trainer because sometimes you just in the gym and you're working out with somebody and they're always telling you like basically like it's some equivalent of do it until you die or do it until it's perfect and stuff like that. That's honestly the easiest way for you to quit a workout routine. Because in all honesty, not everybody is built to be like a super athlete and stuff like that. Not everybody has the mindset and things like that. So like, like when you're being told like do it until it's perfect and stuff like that. Yes, even though you are supposed to do it until it's perfect, like unless we join the military, we don't need drill sergeants.
The second I start feeling like I'm gonna puke, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm such a wuss because basically when you feel the burn, like you're supposed to go further than that sensation and everything, right? But the moment I start feeling the burn, I'm like, it's time to put the weights down. Like I've done my job. I don't like discomfort. And that's probably why I don't have bigger biceps, I can't flex and I have like a nice looking back, and we all know the back that we're talking about. Like when you see someone at the beach and they have that nice ripped back that's like, oh, I want to jump on that person's back, like I don't have one of those, I would love one of those, even though like I got shit to do. That's what I'm saying basically. I always want to look better, but I don't want to do the work to look better. That's my problem. But I can always tell people what they can do, as far as like, just eating better, like doing certain things, also, vegetables and stuff are a perfect filler. Find your fun vegetable that's not a potato. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Find your fun vegetable, Like for some people it is kale, and cabbage and stuff like that. For other people it's shit like beets and Brussels sprouts and carrots and stuff like that. Find your fun vegetable. Once you find your fun vegetable, it takes a lot of the work out.
I'm going with corn with lots and lots of butter.
I was gonna say corn is good. Corn is good, but sugar. And then you said butter. which by the way, like summertime is here, and you guys know I like to cook for the most part. I finally made my own rendition of Mexican street corn, and man, like my roommate and friends, they love it. They love it. My roommate and his fiance, they love seeing me walk in the door of groceries, and there's like ears of corn in there. They love it because they know they're in for it.
I love grilled corn and Mexican street corn. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my Mexican street corn is done in the oven. Like I can grill corn. Like apparently though, like the best way to grill corn is still in the husk. Which I'm like, man, come on. That means we gotta clean our food after we've grilled it.
And then dip it in a giant warm thing of butter.
There you go. I like that good Kerrygold salted butter. I love it.
I don't know what they use at the Wisconsin State Fair, but I like that one.
I don't know what it is either because I've never been out to Wisconsin.
Got a good Lions Club corn roast. It's like $2 for a corn. Amazing. Mwah.
All right, so now I've sufficiently talked to us about food and stuff, and like I forgive you guys right now if you guys want to run to the fridge and get something because I really want to run to the fridge and get something.
I would like to. I'm hungry, but I'm not.
Self-control.
So it's hump day or hump night at this point. So how's everybody doing?
It's been a long week, man.
Yeah, I want
I gotta
this week
tell
to be
you.
over.
It's been a long week for me as well, and I really wish like I mentioned this earlier, like I'm getting ready to go to California for a week, like next week. And I need to get some pocket money because like I'm going to California and I've never been there and I want to be able to enjoy myself and stuff like that. And I'm nervous. I need some extra money now, and I'm beside myself. What am I gonna do?
You should strip for money.
I was going to lean somewhere within the sex trade, but
Yeah.
I think I need to at least get clearance from my boyfriend before I go into sex work.
Just don't tell him. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, no.
Use
No.
it. Use a different name.
Come on, strippers
Take
have
your
boyfriends
glasses
all
off.
the time.
It'll be
They
fine.
just say they don't.
Yeah. I cannot Clark Kent this.
Yeah, you can.
That's not how it works.
Take off your
It'll be fine.
glasses.
Yeah, put some sleeves on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Put the sleeves on. Oh, then I'm that guy. That guy that never takes his shirt off when he has sex. Okay.
You know,
Gotta have some rules.
sometimes, yeah,
Mhm.
you gotta spice it up. Sometimes, you know.
Mhm.
Gotta leave something to the
About partial
imagination.
clothes.
Look, sometimes if the shirt fits a certain way, I'm a fan. Just saying. You know?
He said I'm a fan. Oh man, yeah, but yeah. So that's my conundrum right now. Like, I mean, like, I don't know, like, it's the beginning of summer, and I feel like my regular job is being slow, and it's like, okay, like I'm starting to get nervous, y'all, cause shit, like, I leave in like 8 days for California,
Hmm.
Well,
and California is not a cheap state.
It's not.
no, it is really not. It's really not. You should sell your PlayStation back there, since you know it's just sitting there
Hell
being
no.
pretty.
I know, I barely ever turn it on, but hell no, because like, how am I gonna finish Ghost of Tsushima? Yeah,
not.
that game I started a long time ago.
Wow, you need to get on
Look,
that, LeRon.
You're
We're
not
also
going to finish
talking
it.
about California, and if he sold that to GameStop, he maybe has enough for like one meal.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, like it, like just like with divorce, like it's cheaper to keep her. Like it's cheaper to keep that damn thing.
Cheaper to keep her. That's a funny yet terrible. Terrible.
I know.
Jim
I know.
Gaffigan made that joke on one of his stand-up specials, I think last year, where he's like, I wanted to make it up to my wife who like put in all that hard work during the lockdown with all 5 of our kids and stuff like that. So she has to go to Hawaii. And after I looked up how much it costs to get a divorce, we went to Hawaii.
Oh man.
That's funny. Jim Gaffigan, man.
I like
He's
him.
funny. He opened at the event we were at for work this weekend. So
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, he's a funny guy.
Mhm.
Yeah. We went to
People s-
where I work, we went to Cisco Live, which was this week.
Cisco.
And,
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it was pretty funny.
People say I look like Jim Gaffigan, but
kinda
now that I
do.
have longer hair, it's harder to see.
A little bit. Yeah.
But white, pale, balding, blonde, fat,
Oh.
enjoys a good hot pocket every now and then.
Hot pocket.
That just be his shtick. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I actually saw a comedian this last weekend myself. I saw Taylor Tomlinson.
How was that?
Never heard of them.
She has 2 Netflix specials.
Mhm.
So she is a big time comedian. She's good. Like she's fun. She doesn't, her humor doesn't go like political. She kind of keeps it more to like self evaluation, dating,
Okay.
stuff like that, family,
Mhm.
growing up religious and now being, pretty much agnostic or not, what's the other one?
Agnostic or
Atheist.
atheist?
Thank you. Yeah. Things like that.
Hmm.
But she's very open about mental health because she found out she is bipolar. So, being someone that has like depression and anxiety, I can relate. She's cool. I recommend
times.
checking it out.
All right. Well, you know, where was I? Wow, I hate when the brain just blanks out. Like, isn't?
Well, it's almost 11:30, LeRon, so
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, you know what? I guess we should go ahead. Like, does anyone have a topic for us tonight?
I mean, I had one. We don't have to do it though if somebody else has one. But my topic was like, what are some of the funnest or coolest dates you've ever been on, not with your current partner? So that was my topic. If we want to do that, or if somebody has a different one, we can also do that as well. Okay.
I don't mind. I mean, like, I can start off with a couple quickies and
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
No.
That's so
No.
That's a date, huh?
you're that type of person on the first date. I got it. Okay.
No.
You would just get it all, just let it all out right away.
No.
They're gonna find it eventually.
No. No, one of my favorite. I mean, this guy, he's a poop head, but where's I going with that? It was a really great date when we went to Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I know it's, I don't know, not like a unique date, but I love the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. That was a ton of fun.
Mhm.
And then another one was with my ex-spouse, because even though we're not married anymore, he's a good man, and he's thoughtful. One of our like earlier dates before things got serious, he took me to Newport, Rhode Island. It's like a really richy, bougie, oceanside town, and we just kind of walked around. Then we went on like a boat tour type thing and had ice cream, and it was simple, but it was fun. Like I like a lot of dates where it involves just kind of, I don't know, walking around, just seeing the sights and keeping things simple. So those are just two. I mean, I guess I'm kind of boring when it comes to like what's a definition of like a really fun, memorable date. But what can I say? I have low standards, or simple standards, not low. Simple taste.
Simple.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking right now. I don't have any like mind blowing dates. Like it's like I'm trying to think of like what a really good date I may have had like recently. And most of my dates I feel like they're pretty cookie cutter. Like we go out someplace for dinner. Like we take in a few sites. And that's about it. And if like bedroom acrobatics come into play at the end of it. Yay, bonus.
Ooh, acrobatics.
Extracurriculars. I don't know. Acrobatics, it does sound kind of extreme.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I like there's no swings and like chains and shackles and none of
What's
that
wrong
stuff.
with
No.
swings?
I want to try one of those. I want to try one of those, and I'm trying to figure out, do I want to be in one of those, or do I just want to participate with one of them?
Try both. You never know.
Yeah.
If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support. Nice. Fun. So I guess kind of back in the day, we used to go to like, there's this little hole in the wall club in Akron, not like a dance club or anything. It was like just this little hole in the wall bar / club thing. But every Thursday night they would have like a jazz night, and we would go there and just kind of drink a beer, listen to some music, maybe order some food if we were hungry, and like we would just sit there and talk in the corner all night and listen to this music. And that was like our Thursday nights, and it was fun. It was a good time. And it's funny because like a year after like things happened, that place closed down, and it was like, I don't know, it was kind of like a sad little ending to that story, so but it was fun. Like we would plan everything out. Like we would go out, we would hang out with our friends, we would go do other things, but then like that's where we would always end up at the end of the night.
Mhm.
And they were open till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was so much fun. Not that you should be in downtown Akron at 2 o'clock in the morning, but we, whatever. So yeah, that's kind of like a cool date that like always remember. And like we would like take stuff to do. Like we would like take cards. Sometimes we would take board games. Like it was a really cool place.
Nice.
So, and they had this really delicious like uh beer. I don't know what it tasted like, but it was like really orange. It was really good.
Orange beer. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't taste like oranges. It just like the color was very orange. So it's a good time.
Well, mine was kind of like a weekend thing.
Yeah,
The,
go Pat.
yeah, the girl I was dating at the time, she was about ready to go off onto a church mission. So it was gonna be like some of the last times we'd ever like see each other for a while. So we Friday night we went to Chicago, and we watched, well, a suburb outside Chicago, and we watched the Chicago Symphony Orchestra play in an outdoor auditorium. And we sat on a sleeping bag, like an open spread out sleeping bag, just kind of sitting together listening to the music, which was fun. It was a beautiful summer night.
Aw.
And that was Friday. Then
Sounds so wholesome.
Saturday we went to a Ren fair down in southern Wisconsin, and that was actually a lot of fun. A lot of her friends were there too, and I don't know. I don't think they truly appreciated like me and her together for some reason.
Friends
Uh,
never do.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is usually a sign that, hey, this relationship's gonna go great.
Yeah.
But anyways, like it was fun. She never actually been to a Ren fair before, and so like she got dressed up, of course, in a corset, and like while we were there, I bought her this like little flower tiara that
Aw.
she wore around, kind of being like a princess, and like it was the moments where we were just more sitting, like maybe listening to the music or just like enjoying ourselves rather than like necessarily seeing the shows. But that was a good time. Like she came with her friends, and I ended up dropping her off at a train station because she lived in Illinois, like northern Chicago. I lived in Wisconsin, so it was actually a long distance kind of relationship, a little bit. um that actually was probably one of the best nights there. And then the Sunday after that, we went to Wisconsin Dells, which is a massive,
Mhm.
like, touristy water park,
Mhm.
capital of America, apparently. Um, it's like we hit up all like the various water slides and stuff, and that was fun. But honestly, I think the better part of that was when we took something called the Ducks, which was a aquatic vehicle, and these things go like on land and down like the river, and that ended up being more like enjoyable than the water park for some reason. It's just the more peaceful sitting together, holding hands, the occasional like quick kiss, and just like enjoying each other's time. Like I really liked those moments. I think the best
Oh, that's
out
so
of any of my
sweet.
like dating moments. And I feel like that's even just with that, like other girls I've dated, it's those moments that seem to be more enjoyable to me. Just the time we spend.
Yeah, that sounded great.
Yeah. I won't lie, I do miss it. It's tough being single sometimes.
Yeah. That kind
It's
of like
oh, go ahead, Steph.
I was gonna just well, I can't. I don't know if it's quick, but it just kind of that feeling, like the way you describe things, Pat, evokes like a particular type of feeling that I'm sure we've all had depending on the person, the situation. I've kind of had that with someone that I kind of thought was the one, and it didn't end up, working out. And for us, it was just being outdoors by the fire pit on a hammock and just looking at the stars and just lying next to each other and just enjoying each other's company. Like not even nothing wild and crazy. It's just it had to do like it was outdoors, something to do with the fire and just looking up at the stars and just like talking random nonsense. But it's like one of the more heartwarming things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I mean, sometimes we get on here and we tell these crazy stories and like whatever, but I think there's a lot of times where like you said, Pat, you just enjoy the company and like the conversations or just like being in the moment of what you're doing and not exactly like, I'm not worried about getting laid or finding other chicks, like it's like the moment, like just like the, you know what I mean? Like it's just like the moments
Yeah.
you like when you're
You
at
don't
like
want to be anywhere else. It's
yeah, like and you could be at a concert with like a million people and that person's the only person that you feel right
Mm-hmm.
and connected to, and it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing, and it doesn't matter who you're with. It doesn't matter that her friends are off gallivanting, getting trashed, like licking guys' faces or whatever. Like,
Oh, what is it with
you know,
people licking faces when they get drunk? Because that happened to
you
me
know,
once. What is it?
there, there's a there's a story there,
It's
but
the
we don't
salt.
have enough time. We don't have enough
They
time to
want the
tell that
salt.
story right now.
All right, LeRon, write that down. Corey needs to tell us a story about girls licking faces at a concert.
Yes, I will do that.
And even like we used to hang out at this place in downtown Akron where like we would sit and like we would it was a hookah bar because that was the cool thing to do back in the mid to late 2000s was to go to the hookah bar, but we would go in and we would sit like in the corner where like they had a projector in there and they would always have TV like movies on, so we would go in the corner and sit and watch movies and just talk. Like we would just talk. There was one night we got there at 8:30 and we left at like 3 a.m, because we
Oh,
would just talk and nothing else mattered, and we would get lost and I and then like my wife and I used to do that too, but like in January we'll be together for 10 years, and I'm trying to find a way to like, I don't know, not
bring a
that
little bit
we're
of
like,
room.
yeah, it's not that we're like bored of each other, right? And it's not that like, it's just like things change. Like we had kids and we're always
Hmm.
busy, I guess.
Hey, that's
And
like
Yeah.
a normal aspect of life.
Mm.
Kids or no kids, when you're with one
yeah,
person for long enough time, it doesn't matter how cool or awesome your partner is. It's just a natural thing where you
It
gotta work at keeping it fresh.
yeah,
yeah,
it winds up feeling routine.
Although I
yeah.
will say, I think children is definitely an added challenge. Like this is nothing against couples that choose not to have children. Obviously, it's still a
Hmm.
tough having a relationship, but having kids changes things. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then like, you know, I mean, we have people that can watch the kids, but I know like sometimes my wife gets anxious when other people are watching the kids after like an hour, she's still super attached to like, being their mom because that's what she loves to do is be their mom. And I get it, and it just, I just, a couple times, like I kind of think about like, oh man, remember when we went to go do this, or remember when, we went here, or we went to New York for the weekend because we wanted to visit your cousin, and then we went and got pizza because it was awesome, and drove back, and and now like we're lucky if we get like she's home with them all day now because school's out, and I'm at work all day, and then like I'm lucky if we get like an hour after they go to bed to like just lay and watch TV or something, right? And
Yeah.
you know,
Mm.
Here I am talking like I know what having kids is like.
Oh, but LeRon, you have a roommate with dogs.
It pretty much feels like it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. But and then like I've been going through some stuff, which we don't need to get about here, but like it's just like I feel like there's too many things that take up time too. So I don't know. I think at some point in maybe towards the end of summer, because we've got a lot of stuff to do with the kids this summer and planning stuff, but like I got to do something to do something, I guess.
Well, when you take a step back and look at what constitutes as like a nice, memorable date, it's like a rare snapshot in time because that kind of eludes a lot of long-term couples. And
Mhm.
the initial phases, as Pat, you've mentioned, of just being single and just generally looking to date or dating, that also sucks a lot. So it's like only when you find that perfect little medium where you're in the process of like courtship or dating, even if it's not like necessarily serious, but you get over the hump of the 20,000 horrible first dates, you know,
Mhm.
those are definitely things to cherish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, I'm hoping, I'm hoping that like the relationship I'm in now, this is like the last time I need to worry about like dating.
Yeah.
Like going out and finding somebody. Like we're settling in very very well. I mean, like I feel like I hit one major stumbling block, and that was like he's he's texting me right now. Where
He heard you, LeRon.
yeah, exactly. I know his ears are burning. Um, but yeah, like I think I hit like one stumbling block with because I think he wanted to try and move in like this year, and unfortunately, like I don't have enough things in place to like actually like move in just yet. Like because I mean, like even though technically like it'd still be like a roommate situation technically, I just am not like this is a roommate situation where like this is like the live-in, like basically the spouse at that point, and I'm not just financially set for that just yet.
Mhm.
But I don't know, like I feel like this is getting close to being it.
Yeah, it's I mean, I think I've been fortunate enough, I think, to have two long-term relationships that I really cherish, and some people don't ever find that, and makes me it makes me sad, right? That I feel like I've been lucky enough to find that twice, even after the first time I didn't know if I was ever going to find it again. And I've talked about it 100 times on the show, I think, but like my wife really saved me from a dark place, and
Mm.
I don't tell her enough, well, we've been there too, but I don't know where I would be without her. I wouldn't have this job that I have. I wouldn't have, probably wouldn't have any money because I would spend it all. uh, you know, uh, I wouldn't have my kids, which are like, I at first like I was so scared to have kids, but now like I couldn't imagine life without them. Even though they're little shitbags sometimes, but they didn't hear that from me. There's just so much joy in my life the last decade or so, like, and I think what I've found, at least I hope everybody finds that someday, because it's
Mhm.
just nice
Yeah.
to have someone who cares that much about you and tries.
Yeah. And I don't know about you guys, but as I'm getting older, my idea of what makes a satisfying date has changed. So it's kind
Hmm.
of almost easier. Like the other day, it's not even really a date. Like with my partner, we just because I I had to go pick up a game at GameStop at a different location. So but we both have personalities where we get really hangry, so we took out fish tacos, but we didn't have time to drive back home, so we literally ate fish tacos in his truck, and I'm like, "This is such a romantic date." which it really wasn't, but I was happy because it was just different. It was outside of the house.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Like, I feel like now I'm at this point where just spending time with that person I care about is perfect for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I was about to say that was a lot of dead air.
yeah. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about this topic. I guess I just, thought it would be cool to explore that
Mhm.
kind of cool
Oh,
dates.
nice
Yeah, it
little
was good.
positive thing. It's nice to go down memory lane, especially when, as I kind of mentioned either at the start or right before this recording, is when I think of exes, I think of all the bad things. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't really stopped to actually remember the good things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worth recognizing.
Well, I also think like most relationships end in a negative way. Not all of them, right? Some of them are amicable and you just realize and you agree, but like most of them usually ends most of them
Poorly.
end negatively, and I think that just leaves a bad taste in your mouth about that person, even though like, you know, that you may have spent a lot of positive times with them, but that one time and that ended everything was like the one thing that you stick on, right? And so
Right.
it's hard to
Mhm.
remember the good things about people. And I'm no stranger to that either, right? There's been a lot of relationships I've been in that have ended negatively, and you know but the ones that ended on a amicable split, I guess, I'm still kind of friends with some of them. I mean, we're not like friends, we don't like hang out or anything, but we're friendly. I mean, like if they comment on stuff on Facebook or Instagram, or shoot you a message once in a while and say, hey, how you doing, how's life, you know
You know, maybe you can give me some perspective at whether or not for example, personality or gender makes a difference because y'all are guys and I'm the only girl here. But I know we're kind of making the leap, but it's connected, Corey. When you're talking about like how most romantic relationships tend to end in a negative fashion, um,
hmm
it makes me think about the friendships that I've had. And
hmm
either I inherently have some personality flaw that's wrong with me, but I don't think I have a current, like, long-term female friend. I think mine is Celeste,
hmm
whom I wish, anyway. I hate to say it, but like I envy people. I mostly see it with men, but I know it's not exclusively that because that's generalizing. But I envy people who have either childhood friends or even friends from high school or even friends from college, like friends that actually kind of maintain that way. And I've unfortunately, all the friends I've made, primarily female friends that I've made, they end up ending. And when friendships end, usually for me, they're also not great either. Like one of them screaming at me that I'm trying to trick them out of $20, or one of them that I don't know, like some weird stuff has happened. And n-
hmm
now I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, a lot of my friendships that ended and that ended negatively, but I got to think about all the good things that happened during those friendships. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, all of my friends except for one have an end button on the screen, right? So, like, I mean, I used to have a lot of friends. Well, not a lot of friends, but I used to have people that I would like keep in touch with, and like we would talk every once in a while, and then that talk in between got further and further in between talks, and to the point where like you know we just don't talk anymore, and like I was thinking about this the other day, and I think about this once in a while anyway, but like my the person I would call my best friend, like he was the best man at my wedding. Like we used to hang out every Wednesday night. Like that was our night. We used to hang out every Wednesday night. And then it was like once a month we would hang out because, my job changed, his job changed. Um and then the pandemic happened,
mm,
right? And like I don't even remember the last time I talked to him now, you know. It hasn't been any time recent. I think I wished him Merry Christmas, I think was probably the last time I talked to him. And it's June. you know, and it just kind of sucks. And you know, like he's still, I mean, he got married recently. I went to his wedding last year. But like he got married, he's still in that relationship where like they don't have kids, right? And he still like he has a group of friends from high school that he still hangs out with pretty regularly. So like finding the time to do that is, you know, pretty scarce. But it's also that relationship where like we don't talk for a while and then we hang out and it's like don't we haven't, you know,
Right. It's not
missed a
nothing
beat.
held against each other. You guys can,
Yeah.
for the most part, pick back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I thought about reaching out to him a couple times, but I don't know. Like he works at night. Like he works in he does like dialysis, and so like he works the overnight shift, and so I work during the day, and when I get home, he's usually going into work, right? So like that whole shift, it's like I don't know. It would really have to be planned out at this point. So, but it doesn't mean I don't miss hanging out or talking to them, you know. So, but all my other friends are like, you know, they're just not existent really anymore.
Yeah, I feel like my circle of friends has really started to shrink, but I think a lot of this, and we can probably save this for because this sounds like it might be a topic in itself. I think a lot of people from my circle, my former circles of friends and stuff, you know how you can outgrow a toy or something. Like I
Yep.
feel like I feel like I definitely outgrew some of those friends. It was like, and it was more like, you know, like they have these mindsets or these mannerisms and stuff that was just like yo, grow the fuck up. Like, what are you still like a 21-year-old? Like what's happening here, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, you know, like and it's bad to say because like it's no offense to them. It's just more like I'm on a different trajectory than what you are, and so like we're not going the same direction, or actually not even going the same direction. It might be that you're still sitting still while I'm moving forward and stuff like that, you know. Like I said, we can say that for another night's topic though. But I definitely know like there's my my circle of friends is getting smaller and smaller, and like my birthday was last Saturday, and that was proof of it right there. There was only 12 people at my thing. Yeah, and you
Mm-hmm.
know like that you know on paper that sounds big, but you know like we all fit in one room in the
Yeah, you
house,
have
you
12
know.
friends. Jeez. You had 12 friends that even showed up for your birthday. I don't even remember the
Well,
last time
well,
anybody really wished me a happy birthday in like a real way, you know, like I mean,
Well, let's see. Let's see. Is my roommate and his fiance through that like put the party together for me and stuff like that. I'm including myself. But I have two best friends. I have a guy best friend and I have a girl best friend. And the girl best friend and her husband, you know, like were there, which you know, like we torture her all the time. We because like I did not think that I was going to be super cool with this man that she started dating that eventually became her husband and stuff like that. But we hit it off from day one and stuff like that. And I was one of the groomsmen. I was one of the groomsmen for him at their wedding and stuff like that. And we torture her all the time because he'll be like, babe. He's like, if you do something wrong to me, I'm divorcing you, and I'm hooking up with LeRon, and we just roll with it.
Nice.
It is funny, but yeah, they were there. Like a couple other friends there. My boyfriend was there. One of my friends, he lived abroad for a little while, and of course, like he lived abroad. He lived abroad in an Asian country, so of course he came back with a wife.
Oh
Of
my
course.
goodness.
No, actually, he lived abroad because he met this person while she was here on a visa and stuff like that. So yeah, they had a romance and stuff, and you know, like he went over there to live with her for a little while, and then they came back to the states. Yeah, after getting hitched and stuff like that. Um, and just a couple of other people and stuff like that, and you know, like ultimately, including myself, the whole head count came, and myself and my boyfriend, and the whole head count came to 12 people,
Mm.
and stuff like that. And I was like, and you know, like the only person I was missing was my guy best friend, you know, for the most part. Yeah,
Oh.
which that's the person I need to track down.
That reminds me of like New Year's. I used to like send and receive texts from a ton of people like as soon as it hits midnight, Happy New Year's. Now I'm pretty sure like the last New Year's, I didn't even stay up for it and I'm pretty sure nobody texted me. I'm like, "Oh no."
Yeah, I think at New Year's I fell asleep at like 10:30.
I left
Yeah,
going to bed
yeah.
early on New Year's.
Yeah, like that's one of those things too. Like I used to, if whenever my best friend wants to, like if he wants to actually like stay up and hang out for New Year's and stuff like that, it used to be a thing where like I put aside the time and it was like he and I just hang out and watch the ball drop. Like it doesn't have, we don't need to go to parties. And I don't go to parties on those nights that people are typically partying. Because I feel like like that's the night people get arrested.
Mm.
Whether it's me getting arrested or something, it doesn't matter. But that's the night people get arrested. So I don't go out to Halloween parties. I don't go out to fucking New Year's parties. I don't go out to what's 4th of July. I'm okay with, even though I typically don't go out for those either. Because like that's a shit show waiting to happen sometimes. But those places where people are always getting like rambunctious and stuff. That like I usually try to stay away from those because those are the ones where like somebody's going to jail.
That's smart. Because even if you're trying to be
Yep.
responsible, that you might get sucked into a tornado of chaos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm
Any,
grateful that you guys are my friends.
I'm
yeah,
grateful
same.
we're friends
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Look,
I don't know what I would do without you guys, to be
look at us
honest.
being our own mutual admiration society.
Yeah. I really don't. So. All right, well, I'm ready for bed. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yes.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Hopefully I don't aggravate my arm tonight.
I gotta do dishes still. All four of
Ooh.
them.
Oh crap! I gotta get downstairs and put the food away. Shit.
Yeah. My
'Cause
cat came to visit and she ran away.
I saw her. I'm like, oh, that's
Mhm.
the jerk that poops outside of the box.
Mm-hmm. I started petting her, and then she ran away to hide under my wife's desk.
Yeah, she's like, "What are you doing?" She's like,
Yeah,
"What are you doing? You're never nice to me."
yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, I went to pet her, and she looked at my hand like, "What are you doing?"
At least she didn't hiss at you.
Yeah.
like stay back, you demon. Or is that what you say to the cat?
I don't know how it works anymore, man. She does whatever she wants. So,
What?
What happened?
I sold all my Pokemon cards are now sold.
Whoa.
Congratulations.
Somebody just bought my Mewtwo card for $110. So
Awesome.
Hey, is that part of the LeRon's going to San Francisco fund?
no.
I tried.
I know, it's fine.
All right, well, everyone, that's going to do it for us tonight here at Boss Rush After Dark. We want to take the time to thank you and appreciate you for hanging out with us, whether you're checking us out on the YouTube show or on the listening to us on the audio podcast. As always, check our show notes and description details to find out all the information you can to get in contact with each one of us. Once again, Pat, thank you, and welcome to the official fourth chair. You got it, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
As always, we want
Sloppy
to.
seconds.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
I said sloppy
What?
seconds. It's fine.
Sloppy seconds.
Who sat in this chair before?
I mean, I could tell you, but you'd be sad.
Probably.
To our patrons. Oh God! Don't go there. Don't go there. To our patrons out there, we appreciate you and thank you for all your support. We will be back for another all new episode of the Boss Rush After Dark. And you know what it is? It's the place where we talk about all the stuff that isn't always content appropriate for our anchor shows here on the network. On behalf of all my co-hosts tonight, y'all have a good one. Take care of yourselves, and think about some of those favorite dates that you had in the past, or maybe you're thinking about some future dates that you're going to have fun with.
And don't
There's
forget
that.
to eat some carbs. Not too much, but enough.
Enough to make you happy.
Yeah.
Like you said it.
Carbohydrates. Delicious.
Yeah, you know what? But also stay hydrated.
Yes. Drink water, folks. Good
Yeah.
night.
All right,
Bye.
everyone. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Help.
Come on.